workshop. I am sure you'll take away insights that will be truly valuable for your career journey. So before we begin, a quick introduction to GoCrackIt. We are a career guidance platform associated with IIMs and other top MBA institute across India. So we help students and professionals prepare for top roles through their practical mentor-led learnings. So till now, we have delivered 62,000 plus one-to-one mentoring sessions and supported 23,000 plus students and professionals in their career journey. So that's all about GoCrackIt. And now please meet Alok. He's a co-founder of GoCrackIt and also IIM Bangalore alumnus. So over to you, Alok. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Suman. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining in for this particular Guesstimate session. So see, we have designed this session so that you can quickly get what you need to know about Guesstimates. So we have 20 minutes. Initial 1 minute, I'll just set the quick context. Then next 18 or 19 minutes, I will do 3 guesstimates. And last half a minute, Suman will share some some offer for you, and that's how we'll close it. So we'll close it in 20 minutes. There'll not be so many sales or anything. We'll directly jump to the content. Okay. So with that, just a quick intro about myself in that context setting that I am Bangalore alumni. I graduated in 2013. I worked in consulting. I was working with PricewaterhouseCoopers. I was an engagement manager there, and I managed and led multiple digital transformation and transformation projects for our clients, for our Indian clients, and I led a team of 20-25 this thing. And then we started GoCrackIt, and I'm fortunate enough to mentor more than 5,000 students, professionals, and help them to get them into different companies, be it consulting, McKinsey, BCG, Bain, be it product management company, be it a finance company, be it HULs, be it any type of company. I would have helped some students, some working professionals to get there. So that's about me. Now directly jumping to today's session, and we'll start. And as I said, right, next 1 minute I'll take to set the context, and then we'll directly jump to the first guesstimate. So what is guesstimate? As you all know, just to define it properly, it's basically estimated based on very limited information. The key is very limited information. You may or may not know, hence the guess. You are expected to do numbers. You are expected to make some assumptions. You are expected to work through those assumptions and calculate something, do some numbers and show it to recruiter. In the entire process, my suggestion is the recruiter expect you to have a conversation, have a logical conversation with the recruiter, so that you are also showing, you may or may not know the guesstimate, but you should also show that you are using your logical mind to apply in an ambiguous situation, putting some value, putting some data based on whatever you know, and hence calculating it. So guesstimates are this. Guesstimates are basically designed to evaluate how do you structure in an ambiguous situation, how do you do mental math or math on a paper, how do you logically think of what you know, what is the logic given to you, and how do you link it with your result, and definitely it evaluate your problem solving skills, right? So that's about it, about the guesstimate. And guesstimate can be asked in any company, be it e-commerce, be it consulting, be it product management, be it analytics. To me, in Microsoft, one of the Microsoft interviewer, right, asked, oh, what is the number of, how many number of autos are there in Bangalore? So this was in IIM Bangalore when Microsoft was taking this interview, right? So these kind of interviews you can expect, right, in the interview. These kind of questions you can expect in the interview. Let's jump to the first guesstimate. I have 3 types of guesstimate. First type, then I'll tell you what is that type. Then second time, then I'll tell you why we have used that type or that category. And third is kind of a mix of those 3, those 2 approaches, right? So that is the first approach, guesstimate, which is estimate the number of people in Mumbai who go to a gym. Now, before I kind of get into a solution on what you do, what will be your first instinct? Let's say this is the question given to you during the interview. What will be your instinct? What will you do? Can somebody tell me? I mean, you can unmute yourself and tell me, or you can put it in the chat and tell me. How would you react to this question? Is my question is. Anyone?
I'll try to start with the population, maybe how many people are youngsters who go to gyms.
Excellent, excellent. You start with population. Anything else? Anybody? Number of gyms in the area. Very good, Vishwajit. Very good, Arpit. Very good, Vishwajit. Till now. Anyone else want to add something?
Sir, how many people are health conscious in Mumbai?
Excellent, 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 Archie. I think all of you are correct. I want all of you, from the recruiter's perspective, I want, as a recruiter, I want all of you to take a step back. And even before jumping to solving the question, try to do this thing. Try to clarify the question and try to set the scope of the question. Whenever a question is asked, don't directly jump to solving the question. First, clarify and scope it well. What exactly you want to calculate? What you don't want to calculate? All those things. So what could be some of the clarifying questions around this, which you may want to ask for this question? Anyone? Let's say you want to be totally sure that whatever you're calculating is what is asked by the recruiter. For that, what questions you'll ask? What clarification question you'll ask? How do you set the scope of this this particular question for you? Anyone? What could be some of the scoping question? What could be some of the clarifying question? In order to understand, in order to understood, in order to make sure that you have understood the problem correctly. Somebody asked.
Maybe like what type of activity are we considering as gym? Are only the gym actual weightlifters or other things as well?
Excellent, excellent. That is a good point. So see, if I tell you, there are 3, 4 aspects. Number of people, Mumbai and gym. When we say number of people, are you looking at any specific demographics, any specific area? When you say Mumbai, are you looking at metropolitan? Are you looking at rural side of Mumbai or non-metropolitan side of Mumbai? When you say gym, what kind of gym? What kind of gym you're saying? Is it a gym which is in apartment? Is it a open area gym? Is it a premium gyms? What kind of gyms are we talking about? What do you mean by people go to gym? Is it even if they go once in a year? Will you call it that they are going to gym? Or is there a sequence you're expecting that at least in a month they should go at least 4 times? Then I will call you, okay, this person goes to a gym. You're getting my point, right? Whatever problem is given to you, dig deeper on the problem and ask some clarifying question, and that is expected by the recruiters. Yes, Archie, go ahead.
Sir, can one clarifying question be that like people who are staff of gym, like trainers and everyone, are they also included in this
Excellent
scope?
question. So that is a scoping question in terms of people. Are we considering those people also? Right? So you can ask it. You can ask it. Right? So my point is there is no set number of questions, but I would say 3 to 4 questions is definitely good to ask so that you're showing to recruiter that you are interested in solving this problem after understanding it. So some of the clarifying question will be, what counts as a gym? Is it gym? Is it Zumba classes, or running groups, or apartment clubs, or etc.? Are you considering those as well? Second, should we count only active or regular members or anyone who visit even once in a while? Should we call him or her also as a gym goer? And are we estimating for Mumbai city or Mumbai municipal areas as well? So those kind of questions you can ask. And there can be so many other questions, like one of them Archie has mentioned, right? So ask 3 to 4 clarifying questions, scope it well. Okay, we want to calculate regular gyms, which people go at least once in a week. Maybe we will consider them as a people who are as people who are going to gym, and hence we will be estimating that. So that's the first thing you need to do. Clarifying question. You need to ask clarifying question. The second thing is you need to create your approach to, even before going into saying that I will consider population. I would like you to think about 3 to 5 factors, not more than that, not less than that. At least 3 to 5 factors which will affect this calculation. What could be 3 to 5? Think in a group, 3 or 5 or 3 or 4 or 5. What are those factors which you will consider together to approach to come to this number? Can somebody tell me 3 or 5 factors, 3, 4 or 5 factors? Just think about it, which you think will impact this number, which will help you estimate this number. Right? So some of those numbers are total population, age of people, health conscious people, like behavioral people basically, and people who can pay, affordability of the people. Not everyone can go gym who are health conscious. Not everyone can go gym who are 18 to 30 years. Not everyone can go gym just because they are part of this population, right? So always consider 3 to 5 factors which will help you to arrive at that number, and that should be a major factors. Okay, so population, age, health consciousness, like behavior of the people, and the income level. So let's discuss now. Let's put the numbers and estimate. Now here you are expected to put numbers on all these things. So let's see. Population of Mumbai 2 CR. If you don't know, at least you prepare some demographics number in your mind. You should be ready with that. And there are some examples I'll show you here. And we have one example of very extensive numbers of one sheet, which is there in our course. But basically, you should be prepared with some numbers. So population is 2 crore. Now, age. What I am assuming, and you can always cross check with the recruiter. Yeah, I'm assuming this. Do you think it is an okay assumption? So let's say I'm assuming that 18 to 30 years are the people who are going to gym. We know, either we know or we guess, take a guess that 60% of the population is less than 30 years. Now this number, either you know because you have prepared for it with these kind of sheets, or you just take an estimate because India is a young population. So you might want to assume that major people are there in the 0 to 30 years. Major number of people are there. So 60% of the population is less than 30 years. Now we need to calculate how many people are there between 18 to 30. So assume that 0 to 30 is 60%, to assume a linear distribution. So what we are saying is that from 0 to 30, there are 30 groups, each with 2% of population, right? 0 to 30, 60%. Hence, every age group has 2% population. Hence, the population of 18 to 30 is 24% of this population. So now 0.4. So what we have assumed is that majority of them who are between 18 to 30 years will go to gym. That's my assumption. That assumption you can always cross check with recruiter. Recruiter might say, no, you take 40 years. That's okay. Then you can take 40 years. But take this assumption for now. And we have calculated that there are 24% people are there which are coming in this age group. Now, how many percentage of people are health conscious? That data you may not know. Hence, what I do is I use my observation. I look around. Let's say there are 10 rooms or 10 quarters in my colony. How many people out of them actually go to gym? How many percentage of people of them? What I kind of, at least in my this thing, at least percentage of people who go to who are health conscious are around 30%. Meaning, out of 10 homes or 10 rooms in your hostel or wherever you're living, you see that out of 10 people, 3 people go to gym. That's your observation. So for guesstimate, you're guessing it. Guessing is based on some observation or some intuitive idea, right? So let's say percentage of people who are health conscious are say 30%. So number of potential people who can go to gym and who are health conscious are 30% of this. Now you need to do a very careful calculation. 0.48, 30%, 0.48 into 30%. And you do this calculation and you'll get health conscious people as 14 lakhs. So health conscious and who might go to gym is 14 lakhs. Now the income level. How do you know the income level? Again, you go back to this kind of demographic data, or you should know, or if you don't know, just estimate something. But you know that India is a not so rich country. So you know that majority of people are there in low income group, which is 60%, then medium group 30%, and then high income group 10%. So once you calculate it, you will get 6 lakhs people who go to gym in Mumbai. Now, last step, what you need to do is, what I have done in low income group, I assume 10% people will go out of low income group. Also 10% people will go to gym. 25% people go to gym from medium income, and 8% people go to gym in this thing. This might be challenged. You can always have a conversation with the recruiter and say, okay, I think this should be the numbers, and you get that number. Now, just last step, do some sense checks. So because I got 6%, I just cross check. If 6% is of 2 crore, it is almost 3% of population, which looks fine to me. 3% of the people who go to gym, which looks fine to me intuitively. Or you can always have that discussion with the recruiter. I think it is okay, or maybe it is a bit higher because we have taken this number a bit higher. So those kind of discussion you can have. Remember that guesstimation should not be made only as a Q&A round, question and answer round. You should always have a discussion with the recruiter. Okay, I think 3% is a bit higher. Let me revise this percentage and come to a number which looks a bit fair, right? And that kind of discussion you can have with the recruiter to show that confidence. See, this is a problem solving exercise. This is an ambiguous exercise. You need to show that you can talk through, you can apply logical inferences, you can calculate numbers, and you can have a discussion with the recruiter. That's what will help you to estimate this. So that's the first guesstimate. Any question quickly? Anyone who has any question? Then I can take one question and then we can go ahead if there is any question. Okay. The second is a bit different type of interview, this thing. So this is the approach. This is the final approach. Okay. Now let's take another guesstimate. Estimate the number of flight takeoff from Delhi airport. How will you approach it? What will you do?
Sir, asking a clarifying question like, are all the flights taken international or domestic?
Excellent. Excellent. Right. That shows that you are learning from the process. Very good. Yes. You will ask questions. So you will do all those things. You'll ask questions and you will scope it well. Now I want from you, all of you, what are the 3 to 4 factors would you consider to estimate the number of flight takeoffs from Delhi airport? Okay. See,
So we can,
yeah.
so we can actually like base it upon our observation. As I right now I reside in Oscars, which is very near to the airport. So we see flights going like every 5 minutes. So we can base it on our observation that
Very good.
if we see flights going every 5 minutes, so we can estimate 1 hour how many flights will be going.
Excellent. So you are using your observation. Very good. Excellent. Right. So that could be one way. Now let me show you the approach which I like is I like this approach from number of runways. The first estimate we have done basis number of population. We started with population. Now let's take number of runways, time between 2 flight takeoff, capacity of runway and capacity utilization of runway. Assume that to start with, let's assume there's only 1 runway Delhi. Maybe we can apply it later on with the 4 runways or 5 runways which you are aware of. But let's take there's only 1 runway. Now time taken between 2 flight takeoffs, as Apurva has mentioned, is 5 minutes, let's say. Okay. And hence, let's say in this runway, how many flight can take off if it runs for 24 hours, which is 24 into 12. 5 minutes, 1 takeoff between 2 takeoffs. So 1 hour, 1 hour is 12, right? So 24 into 12, 288. I am taking it round figure. Always round it and have a confirmation with the recruiter. Okay, I'm rounding it off. It's okay. And then the capacity utilization. The capacity utilization is I have divided into peak hours and non-peak hours. Peak hours, I am assuming it is 16 hours because it's a Delhi airport. It's more busy. So I am assuming it's a 16 hours and non-peak hours is 8 hours. In peak hours, what I am assuming is that there is 90% utilization is happening. And in non-peak hours, let's say it is 50%. So these are the factors which will help me calculate this number. So 16 by 24 into 90% into 300 plus 8 by 24. So you have taken capacity. That's why I am applying it, 90% into 300 and 16 hours, so 16 by 24, right? So that's how you calculate the this thing. Now, what I wanted to show you these 2 approaches, juxtapose these 2 approaches. The first approach, we have taken the population, then we have taken certain percentage of it, then we have taken certain percentage of it, then we have taken certain percentage of it. That is called top-down method. Whereas in the second, we have started with the runway. That is the capacity constraint. That is the supply constraint to the number of flight takeoffs. So that second approach is bottom approach, where we take the capacity, which is the constraint to the number which we are going to estimate, and then we start from there. So in certain, you need to practice it so that you can recognize, do you want to take a top-down approach or do you want to take a bottom-up approach? That's the kind of thing you have to do in guesstimates. Last guesstimate, estimate the number of ACs currently under repair in Hyderabad. So what you need to do is, I'll take 2 more minutes, okay? What you need to do is, again, you need to apply the same scope. Maybe some clarifying question. Should we include only residential ACs or commercial ACs as a? Do we also consider entire Hyderabad city or just metropolitan area, or do we consider repair? That also includes breakdown, or even we should take general servicing. So these are some of the clarifying questions you can ask. Now, what are the factors which will impact this? Population, AC penetration, how many people actually afford population penetration, AC that need repair, how much those goes to to the daily repair inflow, and how much time it takes to repair one AC. That also you need to consider. Now there is one more interesting thing here is, here you are taking population. So let's say population is 1 CR of Hyderabad. You need to consider households, because AC is an equipment like car or gas or refrigerator, which is owned by a family, not by individual. It's not like an individual, right? And that's why you take household as a. So what I've done, the population is 1 CR. Every household has 4 people. Hence, the total household is 0.25 CR. AC penetration, let's assume that 40% of the population or the household have AC. So 1 CR, 40% into 0.25. It should be 0.25 here also, because I should take 0.25 here, right? So it should be multiplied by here. So let's say it is 24 lakhs. It is 24 lakhs divided by, let's say, 4. So it is 6 lakhs. 6 lakhs household will have ACs, in this. Next is, then you calculate how many, let's say 20% of ACs are not working in a year, right? So then you estimate from here only, let's say you calculate 20%. So 6 lakhs, 20% is 6 lakhs into 20%, which is 1.2 lakhs. So that is your AC that need to get repaired every year. This is per year, right? So now what you need to do, daily, hence daily inflow is 1 lakh per year hai, so is equal to 1.2 lakhs divided by 365 ACs per day, which are coming to your repairing. Okay. And then what you need to do now, this is interesting. So we know per day we are getting 1.2 lakhs by 365 ACs per year. But we need to consider the capacity of repair person also. And we need to give that discount. So let's say a person takes 3 days to repair an AC. So at a given time, you will have 1.2 lakhs divided by 365, which is daily AC flow, into 3 is what is the total AC at any given time you will have in for repairing. Okay, and that's how you calculate. So the nuance here is that you have taken population and you have converted into household. That is one point, because AC is owned by a group, a household, not by individual people. And second is, while you have done till here top down, you have decided how many AC repair will come daily, which is 1.2 lakhs divided by 365 ACs per day. You have also multiplied with the capacity of the repair person, like 3 days he will take. So for 3 days, this AC will be there in his repair shop, and hence you have multiplied it by 3. And that's how you calculate. So we have taken top-down approach. We have taken in which we have calculated the gym goer, bottom-up approach, where we have estimated the number of flight takeoffs, and a mixed approach for calculating the number of ACs which are there for repair. This is what I wanted to share today in this 20 minutes. Last slide. For guesstimates, ask clarifying question, scope the problem clearly, Think about important factors, 3 to 5 factors, not more than that. Don't overcomplicate. You cannot have hundreds of factors. Ki, I should take this also, I should take that also. Think about 3 to 5 factors, because those will help you to come to an estimate which is 80% closer to the right estimate. 80-20 rule. Round of calculation. Simple calculation become difficult in a guesstimate interview. Sense check at last. Have a conversation with the recruiter, have an interviewer's hint. Don't give up. That's the most important thing. Just keep applying your brain. That's what a recruiter is looking at, not the rightest answers. Okay. So with this, we close our session. And yeah, action plan, no macro number. Try to estimate general numbers intuitively, like your room size, your estimated revenue per day, your favorite restaurants, and all this. Team up with your friends and start practicing as early as possible. Practice, practice, practice. This is what I wanted to share. We have a course on this. Maybe so we'll take only half a minute, guys. Just listen to it, and then all the best. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope this helped you. Any question? Any question? One last 1 minute. Any question from anyone?
Yes, sir. So
Yes.
this is Apurv. I just wanted to ask, like the session was really interesting, and like you made it very easy for us to understand it in steps. But
Yes.
also, I would like to ask, like as you mentioned, we need to practice it. So are there any use cases which you would like to recommend, or is there any list of use cases on which we can practice? Because it is like it's a huge world and there are so
Yeah,
many topics.
I agree.
What to get-
I agree. I think there are 2 points to that. One is try to estimate general numbers intuitively. Your room size, your estimated revenue per day of your favorite restaurant, all those things. You keep doing it. For practicing this, if you go to GoCrackIt website, there are some resources. I'll just share that there are some free resources. So we have both paid resources and free resources. So free resources, you can find it here. GoCrackIt.com resources. There you'll get it. And for paid resources, we'll take only half a minute. And Suman, you can explain that. Thank you so much, guys. All the best.
Ma'am, you're on mute.
Oh, so sorry. Sorry. So I just hope you all enjoyed the session and found it useful. Before we wrap up, I just want to share something quickly, and this is only for today's participants. We have structured courses on our platform that go deeper into guesstimates and consulting prep. So if you feel this session helped and you'll like to continue building these skills, we are giving you 50% exclusive discount on our guesstimates and the consulting bundle, which includes both guesstimates and consulting prep. I have pinned the message here on the message box. So it's not a sales pitch, guys. It's just something we are making available for those who attend today's and want to take the next step. So this offer is only valid till 12 p.m. now, which is like half an hour now, and just keep it it's just to keep it exclusive. So also as a bonus, we are also giving the prep kits, like the PPT of this session, and also the recording for those who are taking the courses. So if you're interested or want to know what's best for you, just drop a message. And if you want us to guide, then definitely we'll do that also for you. And also we have a next upcoming webinar on investment banking that is next week. And it's on Unstop, and also it's there in the PPT as well. So you can check out there also.
So, okay, guys, thank you so much. You can take a screenshot of this sheet and the earlier sheet if you want, and you can go through this and you can avail this offer till 12 o'clock. Okay. So
Yeah.
all the best. Thank you so much. We'll see you again. We are trying to do this every week. so that we can connect more closely. Thank you so much. All the best. Thanks,
thank
Suman
you.
and everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, everyone.
All the best. Bye. You can
Thank you.
connect with me in LinkedIn, guys. Okay. Chalo. Bye bye. Thank you.